We told also why we need public-private partnership. Developmental gaps you can find. Still, if you read in your GS paper, you'll realize the most important thing that we lack still is called funds. How the funds will come. Second is expertise, innovation. So generally it is considered that the private sector has expertise if not funds. So it has expertise, it can bring innovation, it has relatively better way of management. This you can know on the basis of the quality of road infrastructure. In past, it used to be constructed by National Highway Authority of India and its own, let's say that, public sector undertakings. At a state level, it was by, PWD. But now the quality of road infrastructure, you can find expressways, highways, overbridges, flyovers, etc. You can find how, even metro, you can find how metro and other. The quality of infrastructure. So, and you know also that quality of infrastructure is considered driving force of any economy. If any economy is not growing, the one aspect is called poor infrastructure. And poor infrastructure can include various types. It can be telecom, power, road, transportation, other things. Like why people do not want to set up business in local areas. Why people want to set up business only in high concentrated city areas. It is infrastructure. Even in city also infrastructure quality you will find that. The road and transportation, you know how huge traffic you have. Other states struggle for power supply. Other states struggle for quality of internet speed. You still know that the quality of internet speed is still in countryside is not good. Although yes, things are changing, things are improving. So it can be anything related to infrastructure. It can be social sector, it can be water, sanitation, it can be education, school, hospitals, whatever the infrastructure we can say. So to deliver any service you need infrastructure. Like to teach students you need schools and universities, physical infrastructure, and then you have to manage it, run it. So all these things, government has limited capacity. It is well established fact that government has limited capacity, means it does not have funds, adequate funds to bring development. This you can also realize by the fact that COVID crisis, one after another you have crisis. So the state governments are even so, let's say that struggling that they do not pay salary also on time to government employees. So that way you can realize the financial condition of a state, whether it is able to pay salary or remuneration to its own employees. So that was realized. So already you know about welfare state, laissez-faire state, and then liberalization, privatization, globalization, which happens. But there we talked more about privatization. We did not talk about public-private partnership, collaboration. It was more about privatization when we talk about 1990s. So it is more about privatization, liberalization, privatization, contracting out. But within that there is another variant that we say about PPP, public-private partnership, which, let's say, public sector, yesterday we told a bit that public means it is fully owned by the government and it is service motive, and that is how government has to deliver that services whatever it decides. Let's say that Delhi Jal Board. So Delhi Jal Board is a fully owned entity of the government which supplies water. So it is, let's say, fully owned. Similarly, you can have some buses, transportation, Indian Railway. Indian Railway is fully owned by the government, and this is how government delivers that service of transportation. Private, it can be, let's say that many such airlines are private airlines, and private airlines are, let's say, so they are able to charge whatever they can charge. This, so that is, we can get example of private. But then to run airlines you need airport, and you need airport and you need to manage airport. So basically you need to construct an airport, then you have to manage that airport. So now an airport cannot be owned by a private person. Airport cannot be owned by a private person. So it means कि airport would be owned by government. But if government owns airport, so how it will develop? It does not have developing capacity. So it will give contract for the development of that airport. So we can say it as a Greenfield model. You are aware about Greenfield model. The development of a completely new airport is Greenfield. And that would be given on the basis of public-private partnership. The PPP will try to enter into the contract about the assets that they have to develop. What airport they have to develop in airport. So that, let's say that the contract will have details, then how much investment would be needed, and those investment would come from, how it would come from, how the developer will get that return. So all these things will be agreed, the risk factor involved. Suppose the airport will start and tomorrow let's say that natural disaster comes and then something, let's say, unexpected happens. Risk factor. Or heavy rain comes and it is washed out. So risk factor, who will bear the risk factor? So it will be also mentioned in that contract, the risk factor involved. That can be considered. If it is mentioned, not mentioned, so that will be part of the contract. Once it is developed, so then it comes about management. Only building an airport is not important. Then you have to manage it also. Run, operate जिसको बोलते हैं. So you have to operate it. And that, let's say that for that operation there would be a separate contract. Means to develop any new asset you have a separate PPP, and then you have to operate it, you have another PPP model. Because development is one-time role and maintenance is a continuous role. This, like say T3 terminal we have built. New T3 terminal has been built, Greenfield model, Dial group, let's say, for which a separate limited company was set up. So, and then it has been developed. Once it has been developed, so it has to be maintained efficiently. So that is how under it is, and nowadays it is under contract for maintenance. That way you can consider, let's say, PPP. Now let's say government neither has expertise to develop such kind of airports which can match with global standards, nor has it that fund needed, and similarly it cannot maintain. We told in Rensis like that if you could change the role of task oriented manager to relationship oriented manager, so task oriented manager will not ensure the continuity of high performance, rather performance will decline. Similarly, if airport you will give to government to manage it, you know that its maintenance will become, what will become? It like Indian Railway. Its maintenance will become like Indian Railway, you know it better. This, and since at airport you have costly, let's say that की belongings, तो कोई अपने घर कारपेट लेके चला जाएगा, कोई बुके लेके चला जाएगा, isn't it? Because public employees consider public assets their assets.
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lukmaan IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.